Drive My Car is the best one amongst all the movies nominated for Best Picture in Oscars 2022, and it deserves to win the Best Picture even though it probably might not. Just a year in the gap, the Oscars have gave their Best Picture to Parasite, the first Asian even foreign language movie to ever win a Best Picture Oscar. Now if this wins, it might come out very straight that Asian cinema is much better and they have been being very biased over the years, which they don't really like to show. So yeah, this won't win, but this is the best movie amongst them. Drive My Car is a 3 hours long Japanese movie directed by Daisuke Hamaguchi. It talks about a theater director who is dealing with the loss of his wife who was been cheating on him, and he knew that as well, but she didn't. It revolves around his going to a different city to direct a play where he gets assigned to a personal driver to drive him from work in case they don't repeat the same mistakes some other directors made.
車を自分で運転します。保険にも入ってますし、お気遣いなくお願いします。
いえ、気遣いというか運転していただくわけにいかないんです。
というと、
過去に人をひく事故を起こしたアーティストがいまして。
He though doesn't accept the driver at first as he tries to practice his lines in his car and cares about his privacy, but finally does so as she is an excellent driver and doesn't talk. While directing the play, he had to come across with Koji Takatsuki, who was the man been cheating with his wife. The man here is a great actor, but there is always a personal grudge our protagonist Yusuke has on him that he tries to avoid, but somehow it gets out.
そこまで。失礼。ありがとう。Thanks.
On the other side, the driver Misaki somehow engages in some little conversation with Yusuke, and through many conversations over every meeting she comes to know about his wife, and by the last half Yusuke too comes to know about her whose mother had died in a slide, who was an abusive woman, and then she ran away and got a job as a driver, something she learned from the abuse his mother gave her.
帰りの2時間、母はほんの少しでも寝たがりました。母を起こすような運転をすると背中を蹴られて、降りてからも殴られます。それで
By the end, all the truth between Yusuke and Koji comes out, and Koji kills someone for his own personal conflicts of hatred, and winning, he goes to jail. And Yusuke and Misaki realizes that their situation is both kind of same, as they both are dealing with grief of loss. They realizes they have to keep living with this broken heart and the never-ending uncertainties and hopelessness. No matter whatever the story makes you feel, this is a movie meant to be experienced because of how great it is reflecting loss and grief even when there is no dialogue. It is replicated in Yusuke's face all the time. He is not only dealing with the loss that his wife died, but also that she was unfaithful before she died, and how she kept lying to him all the time even though Yusuke never could unfeel the presence of love. Considering how complex the situation is, anyone can feel the sympathy of him just by look at him in any shot. And it's not just the actor but the direction and the screenplay as well. There are long quiet shots meant only to reflect the pain in the realest manner possible, and it successfully does so. The other two main characters, Koji and Masaki, are complex as well, and they keep the attention of the audience. As we know, they too have a deep long backstory that orbits the film, and they are in pain as well. The movie won the best screenplay at the Cannes Film Festival, and with saying that, I indeed believe this had the best script amongst all the movies I saw in 2021, and I saw almost all the good movies from 2021. The dialogues, they are very straight, simple, but says the exact thing we want to hear and always invests something in the story, and even the gap amongst all the dialogues works wonder as an attention grabber. Now that goes all the praise of the movie. Let's see what are other movies on this list. Nightmare Alley, directed by previously Best Picture winner director of Shape of Water Guillermo del Toro. It's about a magician who earns a big fame just by his charm and continuously keeping patronizing and even destructive. The movie though had an interesting storyline, but it was unnecessarily dragged that could have better been a 1.5 hour movie. Next there is Don't Look Up, that is really hilarious, but at the same time it tries to make it a serious film on where it fails miserably. It's good as a crazy film and it does bring out some relevant social issues, but overall is not a great movie. A fun watch maybe. Dune had a massive success and it was praised by the audience, but for me it was just an emotionless journey of 2.5 hours that had nothing special but just some typical characters that I might have been watching in movies forever, though overall I appreciated Denis Villeneuve's direction. Belfast, one of the strong component for winning it, was as well very dramatic and felt very cringy from time to time. But I did appreciate the director's approach because the script was so bad but still held me engaged somehow amongst all the typical stuff all the characters were speaking. Licorice Pizza was great though. It was beautiful and had all the vibe it tried to deliver, but it's not going to win the best picture because it's a film more of a collection of moments and not some typical storyline. And in the history of Oscar, A movie that is more invested in little moments than the story as a whole had subjectively never won the Best Picture. The Power of the Dog is one of the vital ones that was great but was kind of wrongly hyped. This is the kind of movie that gets released in the Cannes or Venice Film Festival, doesn't really win anything big, and people who really do care about movies find it and sees it. It's so far from mainstream cinema. I have no idea how it got so much attention because there are almost so many movies every year that gets completely ignored, such as these, like The Rider, Fast Cow, or maybe even Peak from the very year. West Side Story though is well shot, well made, but it's an official remake and so is not a tight component. King Richard was a typical biopic that was powered by Will Smith's unparalleled acting. It was more interesting than I thought it would be, but still wasn't a great movie and pretty mediocre. Finally, Coda was too kind of like King Richard, a typical family drama we have been watching for a long time, and there was just some little moments that worked, but the structure is the absolute same. A family getting divided in the climax and finally coming all together in a hugely dramatic way at the end. So considering all of them, Drive My Car actually stands as the most serious, most original and most heartfelt movie amongst the all. It's great that they nominated it, which was surprising, but this one actually delighted the nomination a bit more amongst all the common movies that we have been seeing for ages. The only big reason it probably won't win the Best Picture is it's foreign, and they might not want to continuously give attention to a foreign movie and rather might like to please the mass by letting a popular movie win. Either that was the video. Comment down which movie you would like to win the Best Picture 2022 and why. Till then, take care and subscribe to my channel and keep watching movies.